Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So, who is Dr. Profit? There are some informations that I gathered over the time, and this video is not about exposing Dr. Profit. We know that he likes his privacy to a certain degree. I respect that. This video is just about him as a person, to maybe know about his personality, what's so special about him. He's one of the, if not the most important persons within VeVe. I think if we take David Yu, Dan Crothers, then Reese, he comes up next as the most famous VeVe guy, I think. So I prepared a little something. I will try to go through this as quick as possible. This is a tweet that I made the other day about his huge VeVe bag, right? I named here just a few. I recommend going to my buddy's channel here, Omi Daily Burn. This is his first ever video, and it will be one of his tasks, I suppose, just to have a deep look into the biggest VeVe wallets. And I think that's quite interesting, because this is also a way to learn something about the moves of those whales. So I will jump back and forth with some of the tweets that I found here, and some data that we already know about Dr. Profit, and some that are probably not that known. So Dr. Profit here at his Twitter profile, if you go through the whole history, you can find out, I guess, quite a lot about him. I'm putting this together out now all out of memory, so I did not screenshot every important tweet of his. If you want, you can do this yourself. Cavell Anderson did a video about him. I have not watched it yet. It was quite funny because of this out of context screenshot that Cavell did, because it's related actually to Russia, Ukraine. This little snippet here, fuck yourself, so it's not fucking on us, but you know. Anyways, moving on. I made this little slideshow, just well, a really short one. Dr. Profit, VeVe Blue Whale and Omi Sperm Whale. Now this phrases, blue whale and sperm whale, I took the liberty to take it out of Jason Colons. Please follow him on Twitter. He provides valuable data. So if we take a look at the whales, what is defined as a whale? So those are the total wallets that Jason could count via the blockchain data. And one famous sperm whale is certainly Randy Chavez, right? He's very open about it. He's got, like, I think now 160 million OMI, which is a lot. It is really a lot. And I think that Dr. Profit is not just the biggest VeVe collector. He is most certainly the biggest whale out there, but he's also at least an OMI sperm whale. So I don't think, you know, for a second that he would give up the first place among the known whales to Randy. So if Randy has 150 million token, I'm quite sure Dr. Profit has even more. I saw him, maybe you can see it in the old tweets, I saw him also playing this game with the OMI token. So he bought up cell walls and whatnot in the past. You know, he's just really quick about it, you know. Okay, let's buy another couple of millions. And I'm not sure if he is a blue whale, which would mean 1 billion of OMI token. He might be, right? But we will not know until he actually tells us. So Jason Colon, a really nice guy to follow, a lot of info there. So we have him as a VeVe blue whale. I called him just a blue whale there because there is for sure no one who has more than, let's take just partner status. I mean, 400, almost 400 partner status. Go ahead and try just to buy one. I dare you. Oh my. So, let's see. Let's make this larger again. So I tried to get in touch with Dr. Profit back in January of this year, and he did not respond. I just wanted to well, that was before my time I ever did an interview. I did, as most of you know, with one with Reese. That was my FA, my very first interview ever. And before that time, a long time before, I wanted to have him maybe as an interview partner, just to bring more value to the VeVe community. If he would be open to be interviewed, you know, I was about to send him a script with some questions, and just so that the VeVe fam gets to know him. But I never received an answer. So now I made another attempt, not about an interview with him, because nobody else in the space, and let's take the big names, they probably approached him for an interview, but he did not agree, I suppose, for many reasons. Maybe he wants to be just private, you know, in that regard. But I told him just today, October 23rd, that I would like to make a video, a short one that I'm doing now, and if he's up to verifying it, to check the data that I gathered, and he responded. He responded that he will do it, so maybe I will, well, finish this video, and maybe there will be a little addition to it, just to see where I was right and where I was wrong. Because all the data that I gathered are mainly from Twitter and the Telegram channel, the German Telegram channel, which he also visits from time to time. So he's very approachable. If you tag him in the German Telegram channel, you will also get an answer. So he takes his time for the community. That would be him, disguised, Miles Morales, and here he is with his infamous dinner, lunch, whatever it was, that he actually won. It was, I think he won the very first one-on-ones, so he bought all three of them. David Yu and Ron English, of course. We have another picture of him here with another whale. He's also a whale from the German community, VeVe. He's got plenty of sets, I think almost all of them. He might be missing the Donny and maybe one platinum logo from Ghostbusters and something odd like that. So at all he's got them all, VeVe. Also a very nice dude. He did some giveaways as well. So let's see what everyone knows. Dr. Profit, he's a crypto, in brackets, millionaire. So he's a real life millionaire. He made it with crypto, and he's still a crypto millionaire. If you just do the math with all the VeVe collectibles that he has, then it's mind-blowing. He's undoubtedly the biggest VeVe whale there is. He's heavily into VeVe NFTs, but he's also heavily into the OMI token, like I explained before. He's not selling, this is important, but he's actually accumulating, so he's buying more. And I think he's a cool dude. As a mega whale, he's benefiting the VeVe space rather than being dangerous. And if you want to have a look yourself after this tweet that I put out, there is a sort of discussion, you know, in this thread. Is it actually dangerous for one person to hold that many token? I don't think so. He's much more benefiting the community than being dangerous. So about what not everyone knows. Let's see. So he's not a real VeVe OG. He joined after March 21. I'm quite certain about this. I joined in March 21, and maybe he was really quiet about it, but he joined after, which means all those OG collectibles he bought. He bought back then privately, because it was still possible. In this era, at times where the gems could be bought also really cheaply, there were ways, right? He took also advantage of that, because he, as a crypto whale, he most certainly did not buy it with fiat money, but most of the gems that he accumulated back then were bought with crypto, right? So I found out via various Telegram chats. I also asked him personally in the Telegram chat, so not via PM, but in the group, so that everybody could see it. He never owned, or I don't think he owns any up until now, the CryptoPunks and Bored Ape, here Bored Ape Club, Ape, well, whatever they're called. So he's not into them. Although he is an ETH whale, he never did this, well, he never made gains on the real NFTs, right? He was never interested into them. And this is the same, we are like-minded in this regard, because I wish I could have bought, I would have bought, English grammar, a CryptoPunk in the early days, or a Bored Ape, for that matter, because I would have made certainly gains if you sell it at a certain point. But they were never interesting for me. VeVe, on the other hand, yeah. So he is in crypto since 2014, and that makes him an ETH whale, not necessarily a Bitcoin whale. So he was not in crypto from the very early days, but I'm sure that he understood once Bitcoin hit off. You know, for example, I was not attentive enough at that times to realize, wow, Bitcoin is doing something. I need to learn as much as possible about this space. And then the very next best thing was ETH, you know, to invest in ETH. Because ETH, now obviously we all know there is a lot of things happening with ETH, and if you were early enough, you would have accumulated at this time. So if he started his journey 2014 in crypto, then he most certainly bought around this period, right? And now just think back. I had some life savings. If I would have understood the space back then, and if I would have invested what I nearly did for the OMI token, but at not the best time, I can say that. If I would have invested my life savings, which were at that time about 20,000 euros, and then I didn't do the math because I don't want to you know, to worry about that. But if you would have invested 20,000 around here, you can only imagine how much gains you would have made here. So probably he sold some of his gains, and that's how you become a real world millionaire, right? You well, you take profits, obviously. But then you still hold huge bags, and then you just wait it out, and then suddenly with the investment of I don't know how much, you become a real whale, a real millionaire in all regards. So kudos to him, to being able to recognize what is going on in crypto back in 2014. Now let's go on. His German is flawless, so he must, well, if he is not a real German, he must have grown up in Germany or something in that regard, because I can very well spot when someone is chatting, you know, and when he needs to write German, if someone is a foreigner, if he learned the language or not. So his German is flawless in that regard, which makes him German. I don't know if his nationality is German, but he lived, surely maybe he was even born in Germany, but he lives in Portugal. So I don't know when he moved to Portugal, but it's the obvious choice to do. You know, if you make a lot of crypto gains, you should maybe move to a crypto-friendly country. And within the European Union, that would be Portugal. Guess who else is moving into, well, to Portugal? If you have not seen my interview, maybe you should watch it, and you will find out who else will be moving quite soon to Portugal. So he is pursuing his own VeVe agenda, so to say. His own VeVe related project. I will not disclose this information, although it was public, sorry, in the German Telegram chat. So he is he's building a project of his own. It will be up to him to disclose what it is and when it will be released. I'm sorry. So, independently from Ecomi, he's seeking out investors willing to invest into VeVe Ecomi. So you just, I know this also because it was public, and I'm just imagining how this works, right? Because if he was early into crypto, so then you get a certain status, right? If you made it. And then you are, you have your circles, right? And obviously you did something right. And then you have several other people in this circle who are willing to listen to you, who are willing to invest in the next best thing. And he was on business trips in Germany, and he presented them the opportunity, which is VeVe and Ecomi, in order to invest. I'm not sure about the outcome of this meeting, but I'm absolutely sure it's not his only one, and people, I guess, tend to listen to him. So not Ecomi related. If you take Ecomi as a company, they're doing their own thing in order to get investors, in order for prosperity and whatnot. But Dr. Profit, our man here, he's doing it, you know, on his own. So there is a lot of stuff going on which we do not know. And then he's well connected within the VeVe big names. Foster Hill, Ted Straits, I'm quite certain they have a little small group, well, Telegram chat or whatever it is, you know, where they share their experiences, their knowledge. This is not a bad thing. It's also not a secret. Randy Chavez is certainly as well there. Randy Chavez is quite open about, he's really transparent. I dig the guy for his transparency. He very often said, my whale group, you know, my group of whales. So he has some people in his circle who are, well, investing in the OMI token, obviously. And then, of course, you have the bad whales who will dump eventually. But the likes of Dr. Profit and Randy Chavez, I dare to say that those are the good whales. They will most certainly not dump. They are accumulating, they are waiting for mass adoption, and then they will slowly sell their bags in order to make profits, which is what I would do. And then his vision on VeVe is AR first. So what do I mean by that? This is also something where we have the same opinion about the future of VeVe, I should say. I would say, so if it comes to the metaverses and virtual reality and whatnot, so Meta is now being eyeballed, you know, for what they are doing, and it seems to not work out very well, because they're spending millions and millions into this Meta thing, and most people are well, seeing a connection there with virtual reality and you know, the movie that is player number, I don't know what it's called, you guys know what I mean. And now let's say this is like the end game, to live in a world like this where everything is really immersive, but Dr. Profit sees it, I think, a bit differently, and also like me. So he's a fan of this Unreal glasses which just came out. He even sent one to Hello Kate to experiment a little bit on it, and this is also where I see the first iteration, right? AR glasses. So normal looking glasses, and you will use them maybe even on your working place, one desktop here, one desktop here, and then you will have a virtual desktop. You will be able to move certain things, you know, out of your viewing periphery, but you will have overlays. It will not be bulky, it will not be, you know, you will be still in the normal world. Your kids are coming in, yes, I will be right there. You're not, you're still there, you know. With VR, you're just not connected to the real world anymore. And then with AR glasses, with this nice little overlay, I think this is the first step that is coming. I'm quite sure Apple is working on that, and not virtual reality of sorts. So we will see where the future is taking us, but AR comes definitely, in my opinion, before VR, mass adoption. And his perspective is very long term, if it comes to VeVe and Ecomi. And here in brackets also mass adoption of AR. Mass adoption of AR, if we will really have it, we can expect it in 2, 3, 4 years. It will take a time, you know, certain amount of time. And only then, with all the things connected, we can also expect a real bull run for our VeVe NFTs. Because my vision is still, I have one of the first Apple AR glasses. Somebody comes to visit, and because I'm the tech guy, I always buy, you know, I always buy it first. And then they come to my apartment, I let them try the glasses on, and then they will see my Todd, my Jermaine Rogers poster virtually pinned on the pre-mapped walls, you know. And this is something that I envision that will happen. A lot of things more, of course. So I think I am through. Yes, there is certainly some more interesting aspects about Dr. Profit that I forgot now. I will just finish this video now. I will have Dr. Profit have a look at it. Maybe I did some grave mistakes, and then I will add it to the end of this video, just to have his opinion on it. Because he agreed, yeah, give me something, and then I'll have a look at it. So thank you for that, Dr. Profit, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video. VeVe Meister out.